In this video, we are going to examine the significance of the percentage of marks in this prestigious civil services examination. Whoever scores 51% plus in the total score, his or her name will figure in the final select list. The target for us is how to score 51% of the marks. Compare this percentage with our percentage of marks in our engineering, in our normal graduation and post graduations. They are 95-96%. But here UPSC is something unique. I looked at the number of vacancies, the number of the candidates who actually applied for this examination from 2010 onwards up to 2018, and the number of vacancies year-wise. More or less 1,000 vacancies are there to fill up, and the number of candidates apply for this varies from 5.5 lakh to roughly around 10 lakhs in the year 2015 and touched 11 lakhs in the year 2018. But however, don't get bogged down by the number of applicants, but number of who actually attempted the exam is roughly 50% of the total number of applications. And if you look at the candidates who qualified for the mains from the preliminary examination is roughly 10 times or 11 times, sometimes 12 times of the number of vacancies declared by the UPSC. For example, 1043 vacancies, 11,800 odd candidates are selected for the mains. That is roughly around 1:12. Similarly, in the year 2015, number of vacancies are 1164 and the number of candidates who qualified for the mains is roughly around 15,000 from nearly 4.65 lakh applicants. So here, as we progress in this presentation, we will get roughly an idea of where to focus and how to focus. That is the purpose of this video. Now 2018, roughly around 1.5 million applications. Out of that, roughly around 500,000 applicants took the examination and nearly 10,400 candidates qualified for the mains, and the total candidates qualified for the interview are roughly around 2,000. That means when it comes to the interview, 1:2, whereas for the mains, now I look at the minimum qualifying marks from 2016 to 2019 to get enlisted in the mains, qualified for the mains from prelims, and for the final selection list from the mains as well as the interview marks. If you look at the 2016 cutoff mark in the mains, it's around 787, and the final select list is coming to around 988 out of 2020. Mains is only for the 1750 and interview is for 275. The total mark is 2025. So in the year 2017, the minimum qualifying marks, it is here shown, and 2018, it's also remained more or less the same. That is roughly around 774 for the mains and 982. Look at the mains, the cutoff mark and the final select cutoff mark. The range is roughly around 200 marks across all the 4 years, 4 to 5 years, whereas the interview marks are 275. Mark this. Now look at the average total number of vacancies over a period of last 5 years and the number of candidates selected at each stage. That means to begin with the final list, then the mains list and the prelims. What will be the percentage of the candidate who actually got selected? Take the average vacancy of around 1,000 vacancies. Out of that, for these 1,000 vacancies, nearly twice the number of candidates are selected for interview. That means 1:2. And nearly 13 times, 12 to 13 times of the number of vacancies are selected for the mains examination. So that means where lies the problem? The problem is the prelims examination. That is the focus area where nearly 500,000 candidates compete for 1,000 vacancies, it comes to around one candidate gets selected out of every 500. So somebody said, this examination is not a selection examination, it is rejection examination, rightly so. That perspective, yes. Now, so based on the cutoff marks which we arrived at, the data which we have analyzed, now coming back to, you look at the mains 1750. We all know very well there are 5 general studies papers. I call it essay, GS, ethics, integrity and aptitude paper, and optional 2 papers. So that comes to total 1750. Here, this is very important area for our success in this examination. So average cutoff mark last 5 years, if you look at it, is around 45% of the 1750. Imagine 45%, it's not even second class, imagine, in the normal graduation examination. The average last 5 years cutoff marks for the final selection list roughly around 49%, not even 50%. Imagine, not even second class. Our graduation and post-graduation we score 90%, 95% like that. But here, if you touch upon 50, 51%, your name will be there in the final figure list, the select list. So what is our target now? Be careful about setting the target. It's a very reasonable and practically achievable target. I keep the target of roughly around 900 marks out of 1750. I repeat again, 1750 marks are in our hands. Why are you so tensed about 275 marks for the interview? When 1750 marks UPSC has left in your hands, that's where my focus shall remain, where I shall reach 900 plus marks out of this 1750 marks. How? Also, mind you, in the interview, I never came across a candidate who was given 0 marks. Whatever marks you score in the interview after scoring 900 is the bonus to enhance your rank from the end of the list to the topper of the list. So that's why our target, that's why our plan of action. Also, now how do we secure 900 plus marks out of 1750 marks which are in our hands? So it comes to around 51% of the 1750 marks. Now your focus shall be on optional. The optional carries how many marks? 500 marks. Your target should score at least 300 marks, comes to around 60% in the optional. Selecting the option is very, very important for reaching our target. It is 900 plus. The second is ethics paper, essay paper is in our hands. Essay paper for 250 marks. So we must score 137 plus, that is 55%. Ethics, with a little bit of application of mind, ethics is very easy to score 135 out of 250, that is 54. Then the remaining balance 3 general studies papers of 750 marks, reasonably 44%, which is a commonsensical 330 marks. The total out of this comes to, I'm very sure it is within our reach, 900 plus is basically 51% of the 1750 marks, which is in our hands. Don't worry about the interview. You have to worry about your mains scoring maximum from your optional, essay, ethics. This is the area. Now is interview 275 marks, and if you are a decent average performer, you get 50%. It's not that difficult to score around 140, 150. So total it comes to 1039, which is 51%. I can assure you, with this average performance, you will be able to score 100 rank and above. It's possible. So this is the purpose of this video, is basically to instill confidence in you. It's not a blind examination. It is a very, very practical and a very commonsensical approach. You have not applied for this examination, absolutely no problem. It's not a problem because it's individual choice. And It is a very, very rigorous examination because of the vastness of the syllabus. There is no syllabus prescribed for the UPSC. They mentioned that it is the Indian history, medieval history. Is this the syllabus? No, it is the subject, not the syllabus. So anything, everything under the sun can become the subject matter of the UPSC preparation. Started and given up? I'm afraid no. Majority of the candidates, they drop because it's a marathon. It tests your endurance. It tests your patience. It's like the test series. It's not a one day or the T20 match. No. Once started and endured, you will reach the goal. You will have the last laugh. All the very best. Always have the strategy. Remember my other video, RAPID, the rapid revision application. Watch that video again and follow that rapid formula for success. You will succeed.